Hello. Are you podcasting for us today? Hello, what's your name? Is it Peach? Are you taking over episode 42 for us? Yeah? You're a good girl. Okay, let's set up camera angle now. You look so beautiful today. Yeah, what are you looking at outside? What? What are you looking at? You were so beautiful. Hi everybody and welcome to Caught in the Wool podcast episode 42. I am your host, SenBee, and this is my co-host Peach, who isn't always with me because she likes to nap halfway through filming an episode. Yes, you do. You like to nap. And what was with that yawn? Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. You were so cute. Okay. Oh, do you want to go? Okay, then you go nap. All right. Well, what an intro. So thank you for coming back. If you are a returning viewer, and oh my goodness. If you are new here, welcome. Grab a drink, grab your knitting, your crocheting, your crafting, or just chill and hang out. Or at least I hope that you do and you enjoy the episode. If you are new here, let me gather my thoughts. If you are new here, Bumblebee Acres Farm puts out this podcast. Bumblebee Acres Farm is where I live and work with the bumblebees, who are my family. There's QueenBee, my mother, SenBee and BabyBee, who are my sisters, and Bumblebee, who is my brother. And we are a fiber farm and fiber arts studio. And yeah, this podcast is just where I sit and chat, tell you guys about the life here on the farm and with the business. And can you stop sniffing everything? If you hear like snorting and sniffing, I don't know. She's sniffing. Peach is sniffing everything over there. Yes. She's so cute. Stop staring at me like you want to snuggle. Okay. Also, if you hear some I don't know if you guys can hear it, but if the camera picks up some rumbling noises, they are emptying the dye cabinets on the other side of this wall because our studio is on the other side of our living room. So that is that. But yeah, so it's March. This is my first podcast of March 2021. I keep forgetting what year it is. Okay, I can't remember if it's 2020, 2021, or 2022. It's I think it's 2020, and not really being a year kind of just made my mind not really remember if it happened or not or what is going on. But anyway, yeah, it's 2021, which is super, super exciting. So what I'm going to do is tell you guys a little bit about what's been going on at the farm the past 2 weeks. And, then I'm going to tell you guys about my new obsession, okay? And it's not knitting or crochet related, and I'll get into that in a little bit. But then I will tell you guys about whips and FOs that, the other bees have been working on. Again, I'll get back into that in a little bit about why I don't have any whips or FOs to show you guys. And then there's a shop update happening with cute rainbowy springtime colors that I'm super excited about, which will be happening this Friday. So when this episode airs, it will be later tonight. And yeah, so let me get a sip of coffee and we can start talking about what's been happening on the farm. One thing is that we switched out our winter mugs and we brought out our springtime dishware, which is brand new. I forget what company these are. But look at this. They have like cabbage leaf little bottom, little cabbage leaf handle. They're so cute, and they totally remind us when we were looking at dishware, because I've mentioned before we just moved here, and before that we hadn't had new dishware in years. So QueenBee has decided that she wants dishware for each season, which I'm like, that's fine. So we have fall, winter, and now spring. And when we were trying to decide between like what dishware to get for spring, we were looking at like plain white, which we did order plain white, but we think that's going to be summertime because it's not as good of quality and the bottoms are kind of rough and we don't want it to scratch up this nice quality stuff. So yeah, because otherwise we're going to intermix it and, you know, tone down all of these patterns. But when we were looking at dishware to get, QueenBee was like, well, we could get this, and she was kind of like hesitant, and I was like, oh my gosh, it reminds me of the Featheringtons from Bridgerton, and I was like, we need to get it. We have to. It is too cute. This one has like little strawberry plants, and it looks like lilies, I think, and it looks like clover. I don't know. It's super, super, super cute. And yeah, there's like a whole bunch of different patterns and stuff. And then we have a plate, big serving plate, like appetizer plate. I don't know what they're called. I'm not like pro plate terminology person, okay? But there is a giant one for like, you know, putting out your appetizers or whatever, your vegetables and dip or cheese and crackers or what have you, and it is just a big cabbage leaf. It is so cute. So it is definitely something to like cheer us up being stuck at home because of COVID. I've mentioned to you guys before, we are fully stuck at home. For Illinois, I am on the list for getting the vaccine early. I'm supposed to, but because of vaccine availability, it seems that who knows when I will be like actually on the list. Like right now it's like, you know, people with diseases that cause extra complications, which I have type 1 diabetes, so it would cause extra complications. And right now our county is out of vaccines, so it is what it is. I know that essential workers and people who are out and actually exposed all the time, they definitely need it more than I do right now. I'm lucky I get to stay home and work from home and live at home and hang out at home, and I'm going a little stir crazy. It's been almost, no, it has been this month, it has been a full year since we have quarantined, because we quarantined at the beginning of March. As soon as we found out about what was happening in Italy, we went and we stocked up on food and we hunkered down here for like 2 to 3 weeks before we went and got anything else. And we haven't really gone into any stores at all, except for like a couple, like just like a handful of times we had to go in. And yeah, so I'm going a little bit stir crazy. Also, because I can't knit, it's making me a little even more crazy lately. But I wanted to talk about how, and sorry, I have to bring out my booklet of things I have to remember to talk about. It is so warm out. So, oh my goodness, I don't know if it was warm yet, the last podcast that I did, because it was 2 weeks ago, but it is so nice and warm out right now. It is so beautiful out. It has been like, we've had a couple of days in the 30s, like these random days, but for the most part, it's been in the low 40s. All of the snow is still here, but it is melting. It is very muddy and puddly outside, but oh my goodness, it is so nice to just be outside and feel warm and like you're happy to stay outside. So that has been really super nice, and I am so grateful for it. All of us bees are. One downside though to all the mud is if you are a returning viewer, you will know that we got 2 puppies about a month ago. And like it's been a little over a month, might have been like, yeah, it's a little over a month ago. Hildy and Ralphie, who are a Sheepadoodle and a Golden Doodle, and she just turned 16 weeks and Ralphie just turned 15 weeks, so they are babies, but giant babies. They're almost bigger than our Border Collie now, and we don't have a very small Border Collie. She's like on the larger side of Border Collies, and they're like bigger than her, or at least Hildy, the Sheepadoodle, is. So it is crazy, but they had been used to, during the snowy months, to just like run around the farm. They were pretty good. They didn't get into much. They had this little phase where they wanted to eat the bark off of trees. It seems to have passed, but I don't want to jinx it. Don't know why they wanted to eat the bark, but they're very into eating bark. I don't know. Maybe because they bark. Okay, bad joke. All right. Stop looking at me like this, Peach. Anyways, the puppies, who are both very active breeds. Sheepadoodles are, you know, a standard poodle and a Old English sheepdog. They're used to just working and running and all of that stuff. Golden Doodles, a little less, but like also Ralphie was getting used to all of his activity. So we would let them run around the farm, and now that it's so muddy, we can't really do that, but they have all this energy they need to get out. So we were able to take them on a walk yesterday, and it was so nice. We took them to the park, because even though we live on a farm, we have a park that's literally half a mile down the road from us, and the post office is like half a mile down the road and everything, so it's very nice. So we were able to take them on a like nice little walk, and beforehand, because Hildy is is QueenBee's 50th birthday present. Her birthday is next week. Okay, sorry, that's a little offshoot. Yes, her birthday is next Friday, March 12th. So we're like throwing this big little quarantined birthday bash where it's literally just us bees. But we're gonna make it a birthday bash. Anyways, she has been the one primarily training Hildy, and Ralphie is BabyBee and SenBee, my sister's puppy. So they've been primarily training him. And yesterday I went on a walk with them, and I walked Hildy, and she, oh my goodness, is the best dog I have ever walked on a leash. For some reason, all of my dogs, and I have trained dogs. Well, actually, the Shelties weren't so bad. I would say Shelties are pretty good. But, like, the Havanese and Jinx, our Border Collie, they just like to pull on the leash no matter what. They just like to pull. And, like, it's not good for them because, especially if you're trying to train them and you have a choke lead on them and they're choking themselves the whole time, which is not the point of that. And Hildy is so nice. She just walks right alongside you. She doesn't really go too far ahead of you. And QueenBee has taught her that every time you stop, she sits. Like, perfect healing. So good. Like, so good. And I'm like shocked that this 4-month-old being, she's only been on this earth for 4 months old, is so smart and able to behave so well. They do still have some accidents in the house, which isn't ideal, but, you know, they're puppies and they can only hold it for so long. And, you know, it is what it is, but otherwise they're getting really, really good about telling us when they have to go out, and they're so sweet. They're giant. I forget that they are puppies because they are so big. Like, you feel like they're, like, maybe 9-month-old puppies, like 6 to 9-month-old, but really they're little babies still. So that has been fun, and now that it's warm out, we've been able to let the chickens out of the coop. So we had been having our chickens in their coop and their run for the past, like, well, I mean, we were letting them out in December, but pretty much all of January and February it was too snowy and too cold. So we let them stay in their run because it's safer for them, and you know, we don't want them getting stuck in a snowdrift or anything. We're getting frostbite on their little their little chicken toes. So the hens have been out and they are really enjoying being out again. I am not so much enjoying them pooping everywhere in the bunny barn because our bunny goat barn is like, if you guys watched Vlogmas, you'll know that the bunnies and the goats live in the same barn, and it's open on the goat end, so the chickens just come in and they poop everywhere and then they leave. On the bright side, I think in the summer they will be helping with insect control a lot, so hopefully that's like a big benefit to them, and I'll just have to sweep and clean more often, I guess. But yeah, that's pretty much it that's on the farm. Because we're a farm, we had to file taxes before March 1st, so I was doing that like all of last week, and it was crazy and exhausting, and I was losing it a little bit, but it's all done now, so I feel like way better about that. So all of our 2020 taxes are filed and paid and all of that stuff, and now I am searching for an accountant that I can have do all of this next year so I don't have to worry about it. But yeah, because I'm the one who does the taxes. I'm the best bee with spreadsheets and stuff, so I just kind of like opted to take on the role of doing taxes just because it's stuff that I'm more comfortable with, I guess. Before that, QueenBee and SenBee would do it every year, and so yeah, I just opted to do it the past few years, and it's actually not that bad. I think it's mostly my stress of it is the thing that is the worst. Like, I just stress about it like so ridiculously. Like, it's not even as bad as I make it out to be. Anyways, I need a couple sips of coffee, so like just bear with me a minute because this is my very first cup and I've only gotten this much into it, and it's I need a little more coffee. But anyways, it's so beautiful and sunny that after I finish up podcasting, I think I'm gonna go outside and go for a walk with the girls and the puppies again. Yes, Beach, and I know you want to go and walk, but you can't go and walk because you will get filthy. Anyway, so it's pretty much with farm stuff, but with life stuff. Okay, so for those of you who are returning viewers, you will know that I have been having like really bad wrist and joint problems for the past like 2 months almost, and I haven't really been able to knit or crochet. I've been staying busy in other ways, but not having that primary like creative outlet. And I don't know, like, you guys know I design patterns, like I have all of these designs in my head, and at first it was very frustrating because I wasn't able to work on those designs, and then it got to the point where I got so like almost sad at the thought of knitting and crocheting that I think I'm still in that phase, that I don't even want to really hang out with the other bees when they're knitting and crocheting. Well, mostly knitting now, a little bit of crocheting, but like mostly knitting. Like, I don't really feel like hanging out with them so much just because it's like I'm sitting there and it's like, what do I do right now? Like, and I just have no like, I don't know, it's just like, it's sad. It's just been like, not to make this like a down, like I'm okay, there are worse things. It's mostly like just this joint here in my thumb, my right hand especially. It gets really, really sore, and then it kind of travels down my wrist, and I have like autoimmune diseases, so I'm pretty sure it's that. And I have started taking my hypothyroidism is now officially, I was officially diagnosed a couple weeks ago with Hashimoto's disease, because beforehand they were like, is it Hashimoto's? It's like borderline looking like it could be, and then like they couldn't decide, and so they didn't give me like a diagnosis. But I saw a new doctor and she was like, oh yeah, these readings mean that you have it, so there you go. So it could be that it's just like a inflammatory type, you know, autoimmune disease, right? So it can affect your joints. And I have had joint problems in the past, and they eventually go away. For pretty much all of my like college life, I had terrible stiffening and joint problems, and I don't have arthritis. They've tested me for arthritis. I don't have arthritis. And my index finger, my right index finger, I couldn't even bend it. Like, it was ridiculous. It would swell up. It would hurt so bad. And now it doesn't do that anymore. So it's just like weird joint problems that come and go for me. But they did adjust my medication for my hypothyroidism, which will hopefully mean that my joints will start being less painful soon. That would be nice. But yeah, so don't worry about me in that regard. But it's still like, you know, I haven't had anything to really do because I can't knit. Like, I could play like PC games and video games and stuff. That's what I do with my boyfriend, or at least I used to do, but now, like, clicking my mouse and holding my mouse with this joint hurts, so I can't even do that. It's just been like a little annoying. Like, even holding my phone hurts. So you guys know that in the beginning of the year, the bees and I ordered planners so we could have our business more organized. And so far it has been a lifesaver. Like, I feel like we are on such a better schedule. Things aren't so stressful or overwhelming because it's like we're constantly trying to catch up. Like, we have everything planned out. It's so nice. We have our weekly meetings on Sundays and everything. And so we had ordered these planners from Golden Coil, which is a very nice company that is woman owned and everything. And see, I have my little caught in the wool page here. I have a couple blank pages, but this planner is super cool because you can organize oh gosh, I'm gonna sneeze at some point. I feel it coming on. Maybe I won't. If I sneeze, I'm sorry. But it's nice because you can plan your layout. Like, I'm the only bee that has like my week set up like this, where I have these sections, and it's kind of hard to see because I've written all over this one. Let's show you a different week that I haven't written all over. Like, see how I have my days like this for my week, and then I just have a to-do list down here. Which is nice. It's nice being able to personalize your layout and decide what you need. As you can see, I have just like craziness. I have podcast on Wednesday, which didn't happen because I ended up not feeling it. Yesterday was Wednesday, today's Thursday. And so I was like, I'll do my Thursday stuff on Wednesday, and Thursday I will film. So that's what happened. But yes, it has been very nice. And I really like this planner. I really like the thick paper. I like that you're able to personalize it. It is like rather sturdy and just pretty looking, but it is not very portable. And one of the problems that I have been facing that is probably, no, it is definitely, it is way worse than my joint problems. I know, what could be worse? Well, let me tell you, my memory is really bad. Like, I literally can't remember something that has happened like 5 minutes ago. Like, my short-term memory is shot. Somebody will say to me, like last night, QueenBee was about to get up to go turn off the dye cabinets. And I said, oh, I'll go do it. I have to go let dogs out anyway for the night. So I get up, I go let dogs out, and I don't turn off the cabinet. And you might think that's like a normal thing, but like, no, it's not, because then when QueenBee asked me about it later, I could not even remember. For a few moments, I couldn't even remember the conversation. So it was like, it's a little bit bad. That's why I have to have my like whole thing written out, like so detailed here, so I remember everything I want to talk about. Usually it's not so bad, but like lately, I think it's because my medication levels are needed to be adjusted, and it's going to take a while before the adjustment actually works, if it works, and then I might need to have the doses fixed even then, but that's my life anyways. So I have been really enjoying though planning. Like it's kind of like this really nice like little me time. I've always really liked writing, but I've never kept a journal in the past. Like even as a kid, I didn't keep a journal or a diary just because I felt like it just didn't appeal to me. I don't know how to describe it other than it didn't appeal to me. Like writing down my thoughts and my feelings just felt so dull, like for me, like to do. Like I already had those thoughts and feelings in my head. I didn't feel any need to like write them down. And also I used to have like a really, really good memory. So I like could remember things super well, like on a like back like a month. I could remember what happened every single day. Now I can't remember what happened yesterday. Yes, it's crazy. Your mama is losing her mind, Dochi. Yes. She's like just staring at me as I talk. You are so cute. Can you come here? No? Okay. So back on topic. You ever like look at a cute fluffy animal and you just want to hold it and it won't let you hold it right now? She just wants to sleep. So what was I saying? So what have I been doing like now? I didn't really like journaling growing up. It wasn't, oh man. And then I read back on it and I'd be like, oh, this is so cringy and what have you. But I was watching Sandy by the Lakeside. We all watch her Vlogmas. We had watched her a little bit like off and on in the past, but this year we really got into her Vlogmas. And so we've been watching like everything ever since. And she has a Hobonichi Techo planner, and that is like a Japanese planner brand. Techo actually means planner, I guess, in Japanese, so that's what it's called. I didn't know that, and I was like, why is it called a Techo? Because it means planner. It does, Sam. Okay, so QueenBee and SenBee and BabyBee were all watching one of her episodes, and she had just gotten a 5-year planner from Hobonichi. And I was like, they were all like, oh, this is the coolest thing. And I was like, that sounds super cool. So I looked it up. And basically what it is, and yes, we all ended up getting one. Basically what it is a Peach, no, stop this. I think she thinks people are eating. It's like this little booklet. It looks almost like a little Bible. And because of the paper that Hobonichi uses, it's a super thin, paper. It's called Tomo River paper. And it is basically like Bible paper, so they can fit tons of stuff in one little book, tons of pages. And how it works is you have the day and the month, and then it has every year, and you just write a little entry or a drawing or whatever you feel like doing, and then you have a memo page here where you can do whatever. And I've just been doing little doodles every day just because I want to get back into drawing. And of course, that's my little Peach. And of course my my drawing is not amazing right now because my joints are not doing super great, but it isn't as stressful as holding a knitting project because knitting can be so heavy. And then if I wanted to do something lighter, like a sock or whatever, it's too like detailed for me to do without hurting myself. But anyways, this has been super fun. So we have all been keeping up with it and writing in it every single day. And I'm really liking it, especially since I've been having these memory problems, that every day I just write down like what the weather was, just because I think that I will care about that when I look back on that day in the future. And I am kind of writing like the highlights of the day and doing a little doodle just to get a little bit better at my drawing again. I used to be a decent drawer, artist. Used to be decent at it. But anyways, getting used to this paper is very difficult. I am much more comfortable with and accustomed to this thicker, almost like sketchbook paper that is in the golden coil. It's very nice. It's very sturdy. It's very, you know, it doesn't shadow as much as the Tomo River paper does. And so it's kind of like, I wasn't sure how I felt about it, but there is such a benefit to having something so much in something so small that I was thinking about my planner. And I was thinking about how I pretty much only use it for work. And I wanted something where I could jot down ideas quickly or thoughts or little tiny, I have like so many little things I have to remember throughout the day. And I wanted something that was just a little bit more portable. So what I did was I went on and I ordered another planner, and I got the Hobonichi Weeks. So they have several different like planner types, and the Weeks is a little bit more laid out like how and I decorated mine just because that's where the artistic like part of it comes in. And these little things that I keep taking out are pencil boards. So that's so if you write very hard, which, excuse me, can be a little bit of a problem with this type of paper because it can, you know, like indent your paper a little bit. That's to kind of safeguard against that. But this is what a normal week looks like in this. So they have like little Japanese quotes down here. These are all in Japanese. They have a few other styles of planners that you can opt for instead of this one that are different sizes. But I like this one because this is my classic how I have always used planners when I was in college and high school and stuff, is I always would have, you know, these horizontal sections for each day and then kind of like a little free space, or it would just be the whole week, kind of like how my golden coil is. But I am really, really liking how I can have this with me. And so this came actually yesterday. And I had bought the April start. So for some of their planners, they have an April start that they release in February. So that way, if you didn't get a planner in January and then you were like, I do want a planner, you can get their April start. And so I opened it up and I found out that it actually started in March. Why do they call it April? I don't know. But it actually has all of March in it. So I decorated it with kind of like a green theme, which is what I had done for this week in my golden coil. And I did cute little Totoro stickers, and I'm super excited about it. I also got this cool case. So Sandy by the Lakeside had this exact case. And looking at it online, like it didn't draw my eye because I was looking at, you know, a case for this one. And this is actually like a special case for their 5-year. It's actually like wool, which is super cool. Wool and leather. And this is a brass button that's antique designed. But look, it has a bee on it. How cute is that? And my boyfriend actually got this for me for Valentine's Day, which was like super sweet because he knew that this was coming and that we had ordered these. And I said like, oh, I kind of like want a case for it, but like they don't have very many options. But this one looks really pretty, and like, you know, it's this like herringbone woven wool pattern. And so he surprised me with it, which was very sweet of him. But looking at this one online, I was like not crazy about it. Then I saw Sandy showed hers, and I was just like smitten, and I couldn't stop thinking about how cute this case was. So I ordered it, and I know I spent some money on these planners and stuff, but the thing is that it's been bringing me so much joy. so much like creative outletism and just fun, and I have really needed that since I haven't been able to knit. So decorating them is fun. As you might have seen in my golden coil, I had been practicing my hand lettering, so I was doing a little bit of calligraphy in spots. I've only just started practicing that like last week. I've never done it before that, so it's not very great, but I'm kind of like excited about it, and I definitely am excited about having something that is so portable with me that I can double check what I'm doing. And since the paper and the grids are so small, it does encourage you to just write smaller. I was worried that I would feel like I wouldn't have enough room, but I honestly feel like as long as I just write a little bit smaller, I have as much room, theoretically, proportionally, as in my golden coil. So I'm still going to use my golden coil for work and kind of like my general planning, and then I'm just going to put everything in here to reference back on. I have this little section I made over here that is, I'm just putting like a little highlight of the day. I know I'm going into that more elaborately in my 5-year, but that's kind of the point, is I needed something to remind me what happened during the day. So that's kind of why I have this little section. Also, when I go back on this later, it would be nice to still like see those positive things that happened in here. I don't really do that in my golden coil. I could, but it just feels like such a work book. But yeah, I'm excited for this once we start going to shows again, which will hopefully be in the fall. This is way more portable and easy for me to bring along, so that will be way better, I think. And I also started an art journal. Okay, so you guys might think I'm crazy right now, but that's fine. That's the other bees think I'm crazy, but they keep casting on new projects, and I'm like, you know, that's same difference. SenBee actually, and I'm holding it upside down, SenBee actually gifted me this very beautiful Italian leather journal. Not for my birthday last year, it was the birthday, I think 2019. It should say in here, yes, for 2019, and she wrote me a cute little note. And this is another thing, another reason why I hadn't kept journals in the past, is I felt so overwhelmed with the thought of ruining a very nice journal. And so last month I just decided, you know what, I am just gonna start doing some cute artsy art journal stuff in here. So I'm just kind of, I don't know if it's a true art journal. It's kind of like just writing down, not necessarily what happened that day. I kind of have been doing it in the morning time. So it's kind of like what I'm planning for the day and what I think is going to happen. And, you know, if I'm worried about something, like when I was worried about taxes, I did this whole like calm spread. I showed this on the Instagram story. And then I did another, I really like Miyazaki, so I did another Totoro page. But I'm kind of using it as something to just like ground me and remind myself, like, you know, there's something fun to do. There's something like you can still be artistic. This will kind of put me in a better mindset, if that makes sense. So I've been kind of doing this not every day because I don't feel like it needs to be done every day. Kind of just doing it on the days when I feel like I want or need to do it. Like when I have that itch to be creative, I've been pulling out to this. And this is beautiful. A beautiful journal. I looked up the company and it does not seem that they make journals, leather journals anymore, but there are companies that make leather journals. So I'm not going to like recommend this company for journals right now because it's also like, I don't think that they're making them. It's like more like just a leather like bag company and like other leather goods. But it's, if you want to look it up, Pretizia, I don't speak French, Italian. don't speak Italian. Pratigia Florence, genuine leather made in Italy. So, yeah. But it's a very beautiful book. So it'll be nice to just use this to, I don't know, use it as a creative outlet basically. And another thing I did, okay, so we have a bunch of stickers. You saw all those stickers in there. We have even more stickers. So us bees had kind of been collecting stickers over the past about the past year, a little over, because we used to write on all of our thank you notes to people. We would write thank you and handwrite it and put a little sticker. I miss doing it, but right now it's just not something we can keep up with. So we had a few stickers because of that. And then we just decided, since we're going to be using planners and stuff and writing a little bit more, that we just wanted some cute decorative stickers. Well, there was no way to keep those very nice. They were everywhere. They were kind of like in this box and just, they were, I mean, they all came in their individual bags and like little boxes sometimes. So they would stay in those, but it was still like just a mess. So I was looking online at some ideas people had for organizing stickers, and I decided to get these little binders with these little pocket plastic thingies, sheets, I don't know. And I just put our stickers in here. And we have 3 of them just because they, you know, they're awfully thick. It's awfully thick holding just a few sheets of stickers or a few packs. So I have our nature one here, and we have cute friends, like just cute little animal characters and such in here. Totoros, such cute things in this one. And then I have a bunch of cute corgis on the back page. And then the blue one is the last one that I put together, so it doesn't have much. I have just some other cute little friends. But yeah, no, so I was super excited about organizing these, and I saw that people use this kind of idea and those kind of sheets for like organizing savings and like putting aside like money for things, like if you have cash on hand. I mean, I don't do that anymore. I don't deal with cash if I can help it. But especially since now everything I buy is online, so for the most part, if I can't order it online, I'm not ordering it. Obviously. But yeah, so that's just been kind of like my little stationery planner journey, what have you. But yeah, it's been kind of exciting. So now, if you were like, why are we even talking about the salmon? Now I'm gonna go through some projects that the bees have been working on. That's actual knitting and FOs. There aren't many of them, especially, I think I only have a couple that you guys maybe didn't see before. I think literally, yeah, just a couple. So I'm going to just go through them really quick with you guys. Because these aren't my projects, so it's kind of hard for me to talk about them at length. But we have these beautiful, these are a Zauberball in color. What does it say? It says color 2404 Tifa Wasser. I don't know what Tifa means, but Wasser is water, so these are super pretty. QueenBee has been working on these. They are a 3x1 rib, and they are so woolly and delicious. So you guys know we love Zauberballs. They are so much fun, and QueenBee has just been obsessed with making socks out of them. So she finished one sock, and now she is on her second sock. And I'm like, Always jealous of her socks. Always jealous. But look at how cute the ball is. Does that make you so happy? Oh my goodness. It's very inspirational. So that is what QueenBee has been working on. Intermixed with another pair of socks. I've shown these ones before too. That's why I'm not focusing on them too much, because you guys have already seen these. These are West Yorkshire Spinners Fairy Lights. I showed you the finished one last time, I believe, but she's made a little bit more progress. I think she's going to be starting the heel flap soon on her second one, which is very exciting. And I did want to show you guys the bag that it's in. So Hannah Lou Designs had picked up this adorable bunny fabric, which will have bags with this fabric in the update tonight, this Friday. But she had made all of us at request, we did pay her for these, medium bunny bags, drawstring ones, and they all have like a little pocket on the inside. I don't know if you can see that. They all have a cute little pocket, and this adorable gingham lining, and super cute. So QueenBee got one with a yellow canvas bottom, BabyBee got a pale pink, I got a red, and SenBee got a blue. So we would all have different looking ones because otherwise we would get them mixed up. But yes, so this is what QueenBee has been working on. BabyBee has been working on a birthday gift for QueenBee. So I didn't get to show these last time, but she is using our Cozy Hiker sock pattern. And she has one done. These are David Rose from our Schitt's Creek collection. So these are super cool. What she did was she used our Coquette sock yarn and she held two strands together. So you can see it still did this cool pooly stripe dealio. They're so David. Like, let's be honest, these are so David. I did not get to actually look at this finished one until just now. So how cute is this? So the Cozy Hiker sock pattern is SenBee, my sister's pattern, and it is on Ravelry, and I will link it below. But how cute are these? And she's using black for contrasting heel, toe, and cuff. Well, not exactly contrasting. Complementing contrasting. But yeah. She didn't want me to put them on sock blockers because she didn't want them to stretch out too much. I don't think that they would. But anyways, these are for QueenBee because she loves Schitt's Creek. She loves David. Who doesn't love David? If you haven't seen Schitt's Creek, you should watch it. It's finished now, so you can just go through the whole thing and not have to worry about like waiting for a new season, which is nice. Now SenBee is making her boyfriend another pair of socks. So he has told her that his favorite gift are socks, and the other day when he came over, he brought his socks for Sarah to wash. So I guess that's that. She makes him socks and then washes them for him. So I showed you that she's making a pair of Crunkled Socks by KF Jones, and she finished them. This is our Fizzing Whizbees color, which is all sold out right now, but might be back for springtime in a little bit. I mean, we'll see. We're going to be doing a giant update for Maryland Sheep and Wool in May, in early May, so this might be in there. But this is on our Coquette sock, and yeah, I mean, I think she just followed the pattern exactly for these. So I will link the pattern below, but they're super cute. And I guess her boyfriend, whose name is David, really liked them. And he picked out the color yarn that he wanted. And this is our Mr. Wickham from our Pride and Prejudice collection that we recently retired momentarily. I mean, it might be back, but Anyways, how cute is this? I thought it was funny that he picked Mr. Wickham. We've been joking that he's such a villain, that David. And she is using our Hagrid Keeper of the Keys, also on Coquette Sock, for contrasting heel and toes, I believe. But anyways, this is super, super cute. And this Progress Keeper, these sugary little peeps are by Pitter Patter Polymer, who we love her super cute Progress Keepers and like little polymer clay cuties. She just does like a really good job. And then on this side, SenBee also has a little rainbow, which will be in our shop update tonight. This is one of BabyBee's Nifty notions, so I will be showing that in a minute. Hold on 1 second. I had to write something down because otherwise I will forget, as I oft do these days. So those are actually everything. So these, SenBee just finished these last week, I believe. And they're super, super cute. And I'm just like super happy for her and super jealous at the same time. But yeah. So that's it for current whips and FOs. I wish I had something to show you of mine. I'm hoping next podcast, because I podcast every other week. Hopefully next podcast, fingers crossed, I will be able to knit again or crochet or something. I have something to show you guys, but as of right now, I don't. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about the shop update tonight. So this is a Easter springtime update. We're having lots of mini skeins in the shop. So we're going to have a lot of mini skeins on our squishy sock yarn base. So what I have here are 4 sets of, what am I trying to say? Mini skeins. So we have jelly beans here. How cute are they? And the fun thing is that they kind of like super match this bag. It's super cute. I mean, like, come on. How cute is this? Oh, okay. So these adorable mini skeins, this is a set of 6, will be in the shop, and there will not be restocks of any of our yarn colors for the spring update. So that's just a little heads up. What we have will be it. So we have these guys, the jelly beans. We have all the other sets are sets of 5. We will have these beautiful pastels, which are the Cadbury eggs. Like, how cute are they? So there's like a bluish, hopefully this is focusing, a purple, a pink, a yellow, and then this speckly white. And, ooh, it's almost got like rainbow speckles on it. Look how pretty that is. It's not necessarily rainbow, but it's like the color broke to give tons of different little colors. At first I just thought it was like a browny black color, but no, it is way prettier. So these are like speckly, cute, pastel-y, and they completely also match this bag. Ah! I mean, how cute is this? Okay, and this bag will be in the shop update. I will show you in a minute the bags that we have from Hannah Lou Designs, but we have the Cadbury eggs. I showed you the jelly beans. We have the assorted tulips, and these are variegated, so I'm gonna have to show them a little bit differently. I don't want to cover them as much with my hands, but they're kind of hard to hold. Maybe I should just show you guys individually. So these are just inspired by a variety of tulips. And then there's this one. So these two totally complement, but they are different color ranges. And then there's these two. And that's another 5-color set. And those will only be in Squishy Sock 20-gram minis, those 3 sets that I showed you. And then we have 20-gram minis of these. And you'll notice, okay, so you'll notice that these are both 20-gram minis. This one is much shorter and fatter than this one. That is because I hand wind these off of a big skein, because that's how we have always done our peeps, and most of our colors, these ones were dyed as minis. So to get the full effect of these rainbow peeps colors, which is what this one is, this is yellow rainbow peeps. And then we have a whole assortment of them. To get them to knit up the correct way, we have to dye it in the full skein, and then I have to break off the minis from that. But how cute are these? So these are all the same color scheme. Oop, I'm not trying to drop them, but I am anyway. So they're all the same color scheme, except they alternate what is the primary color in there, in the colorways. So we have pink, purple, green, blue, and yellow. But they make an adorable fade, and I have been wanting to do like a faded sweater out of these for years now. Years. Again, it does not seem like 2021 will be my, see, I almost messed up the date again. 2021 will be my year to do that, but it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen one of these days. But yeah, so these Peeps minis will actually be available on Coquette Sock and Squishy DK, as well as the Squishy Sock I have here. Just because I was able to wind them up on all of those different bases. For these guys, only Squishy Sock, because that's the only one that we had ready to dye in these 20-gram minis that were pre-made. Which is good, because winding minis actually really hurts my thumb, so you win some, you lose some. But look at these. So of course I had to show you guys the full skeins of the Rainbow Peeps. These will also be in the shop update. They're super limited quantities for everything that I'm showing you, and again, the yarns will not be restocked. So what we have is all that we have. We have all 5 of the mini colors in full skeins. You'll see they have the cute little black speckles on them. They're more apparent in these full skeins than they were in the minis, just because of they're bigger, so there's more to see. But are they not so cute? Like I said, would not a fade with these just look so good? Like just a rainbowy fade. So if you went from like pink, purple, blue, green, yellow, or yeah, I mean, you could do it like that. Is that not super cute? And of course I can't hold them all. Oh my goodness! Oh, okay. Oh, I really want to knit these right now. So we will have these in our Squishy DK, Squishy Sock, which I have here, and Coquette Sock, and they will all be ready to ship. And also coming in this update, so that's it for yarn, we will have, I'm going to show you guys our notions. So BabyBee, my youngest sister, made up some cute little springtime notions. And my hand always kind of shakes when I try to show these, but hopefully I'm not shaking right now. These cute little glass painted rainbows. And then they come with 3 stitch markers that complements. And we also have this adorable hen. Oh my gosh, is it not so cute? Oh, can I even show it without like blocking the whole thing? And this is also like a painted glass progress keeper. And then you see these little complementing, they're kind of like egg colored stitch markers. So these will be in the shop too, and she might restock some of these, I'm not sure, but she just has a few sets for right now. And then last but not least, we have Hannah Lou Designs project bags. So in the past, we've only had 2 sizes. We have 3 sizes. So we have the sock sack, which holds, I would say, 1.5 skeins of yarn. So if you wanted to do heels and toes or an extra big pair of socks, you could totally do that. And they're very stiff, interfaced, very nice. Super cute bunny print. And this adorable yellow and white lining. Then she has, and these are all drawstring this time. Last update she had some drawstring and zipper. This time we're only doing, she only made drawstrings out of these. This pale pink canvas bottom medium size bag. So this is a brand new size. I showed before this one that QueenBee is using, and she has just 1 skein in here. I would say this would hold 3 to 4 skeins of yarn easily, like for sure. But you know what? Let's do what I've done last time and let's just put them in and see. And the medium size does have a, I don't want to crinkle it too much, does have a pocket. So the pocket, in her large size bag, she has a divided pocket, and this one is just a single pocket just because it's only a medium size bag, so it doesn't fit a very large pocket easily. But let's see how many skeins of yarn we can put in here. So they kind of sit, yeah, you can fit 2 next to each other easily. Okay, well, I have 5 skeins in here right now. So you can fit a lot in these. And I say that her large bag, which is this size, holds like up to 6 skeins, but let's be honest, I think it could hold maybe 8. The thing is that our Coquette sock is a 4-ounce skein, so it's a little bit bigger than most of our other yarn bases. Most of the other yarn bases we carry are 3.5 ounces, so that's what these squishy sock ones I put in here are. So 3.5 ounces is 100 grams. 4 ounces is like 115 grams. So these are a little bit smaller than usually when I say how many they can hold. I use Coquette sock as a good starting off point. But I would say, like, if you're just using the industry standard 100 gram skeins, you could fit a 5 skein project in here easily. Look at how much space I still have. Like, come on. I mean, definitely a 4 skein one. And then this one holds about 6 skeins of Coquette easily, but I would say you could probably fit 8 skeins if you wanted to. I mean, it's a huge bag. Like, look at how big it is. Look at how big it is compared to a skein. Like, it's ginormous. So, this also has the inner pocket. It has a divided pocket, so a narrower side. And I, like, can't see in the viewfinder thing, but yep. So they're super, super cute. Yeah, and she just picked up more bunny fabric. She picked up all that was left of it at the store. So she might be doing more of these. It depends on her schedule. But for right now, we only have 2 of each. So we just have 2 of these large, 2 of this one, and 2 sock sacks. So I mean, I'm not going to guarantee that she's restocking them, but like, so if you really want one, and I needed one, so I had her make me a medium size with this red canvas bottom just because I thought it was so, it just reminds me of bright red tulips. Like, it's just perfect for spring. So, yep, that is all for the update. I did want to say really quick that if you are a patron or considering supporting us on Patreon, you would get a 1 hour early access to the shop update. So the shop update goes live at 7 p.m. CST, so that's Central Standard Time or whatever, which is our time zone here in Northern Illinois. But if you are a patron, you get to shop an hour early at 6 p.m. So that gives you a little bit more of a chance to grab these limited stock items. And also it's a great way to help support us because this is our full-time job and this is, you know, what we do for a living and all of that stuff. And I will link our Patreon below. There are other benefits that come with it as well and different tiers depending on what you are looking for, how much you want to support. But yes, and that is it for today. It was a little bit of a longer video, I feel like, because I was going on and on about planner stuff. But if you guys want me to talk more about like my planner, and if you guys are interested in that, I didn't want to get too into it this time, but if you guys are interested in the future, just leave a comment below and I could totally do a video about what I like, the different washi tape I use, the different pens that I'm finding that I like, because I tested a bunch of different pens on that special Tomo River paper, which is what is in the Hobonichi books, because it's such a fine paper and I was smudging it rather easily because I've never used like such a fine paper before. So I've tried a few other pens, but like if you're interested in that or like my process, if you are interested, just leave a comment and I'll go into it in more detail in another video. But other than that, I'm hoping that with my new medication, I'll be able to knit and crochet again soon and finally be able to work on some of these designs that I've had taking up space in my head. But anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed the podcast. I loved putting it out. It was so great sitting here and hanging out with you guys. I feel like when it comes to be around every 2 weeks, I've like really started to miss podcasting. So I hope you guys enjoyed it because I really have. And if you did enjoy it, please, please give the video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please hit the subscribe and leave a comment. I don't always respond to comments, but I do read them all immediately. So I'd love to hear your guys' feedback. And yeah, I'll see you guys in 2 weeks. Bye! Are you napping? You were supposed to be filming the podcast. What do you think you're doing? Sleeping on the job again, huh? Sleeping on the job again, huh? Huh? You're lucky you're cute. You did a good job. Yeah, you did a good job. Yeah.